Hi guys, I'm back again with another update, a very fresh update. So have you been applying for teaching jobs in Taiwan, Thailand, Japan, South Korea, and you have not been getting the response that you've been hoping for? Come close. There is an update for you. So today I want to talk to us about working in Uzbekistan as an ESL teacher in one of the 14 presidential schools in Uzbekistan. So you might be, many might be asking, why Uzbekistan? I mean, like, where is Uzbekistan? I'm actually freaking out trying to pronounce the name. Yeah, but to be very honest with you, after doing some background checks, I think it's quite a beautiful opportunity. And Uzbekistan is just another country that is a victim of circumstance. So I want you to sit back and listen to this opportunity, then do your research for yourself. It's important for you to do your research for yourself before you make any move. Do not take any move without making research. Do not take my word for it. I'm not an expert in this. I'm only presenting facts based on my own research on information that is available. So, where is Uzbekistan found? Uzbekistan is a Middle Eastern country. It is one of the most peaceful countries in Central Asia. And it is a modern country. You might be asking if it's a Muslim country. No. Uzbekistan is not a Muslim country. Uzbekistan is a secular country. A majority of religion of people in Uzbekistan are Muslims, but there are other religions like Buddhism, Hinduism, and Christianity that exist in Uzbekistan. If you doubt me, do your research and go back and do your checks to see the last time Uzbekistan had some kind of uprising, and it will shock you to know that Uzbekistan is as peaceful as most countries around the world. It's true, it is bordered by many countries that have a lot of history of bloodbaths and so on, but I have done my work, my research. I think it's a relatively peaceful country. And so let's dive into what we are here for and leave the politics for the politicians. So Uzbekistan is currently seeking 50 ESL teachers to work in the prestigious presidential schools. There are about 14 presidential schools scattered around the nation. And these schools are meant to train the best of Uzbekistan's minds. And so if you have the privilege of working in one of such schools, you will be opportune to work with the very best, the finest students in Uzbekistan. You will be working under the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Preschool and School Education of Uzbekistan. And you will teach between grade 7 and 11. Yes, you'll be working with students of between the ages of 11 and 16 years old. So that's the age range, and you'll be teaching secondary, middle to second to high school students. So that's the job description. Now let's look at the requirements for this role. So Uzbekistan is looking for both native and non-native speakers from all over the world with a bachelor's degree or a master's degree in education, teaching, TESOL or TEFL. The preferred candidate should have a C1 English language level if he's a non-native speaker. And a 120 hours TEFL or TESOL or CELTA certificate, especially for those who do not have a degree in education. So if you do not have a degree in education, you need to have one of these certificates, TEFL, TESOL, or CELTA. I believe you understand what this means. TEFL stands for Teaching English as a Foreign Language. TESOL stands for Teaching English as a second language, And then the next requirement is that you must have teaching experience in secondary or high school. It is important for you to have, well, at least 1 year of teaching experience. Number 5, you need to certify or apostille your documents. Depending on the preference of your country, you need to either certify or apostille your documents. For Cameroonians, I believe we do not need to apostille our documents. You simply need to certify your documents, take your documents to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and certify them. And then you can proceed. The documents that need to be apostilled or certified are either your degrees, your transcripts, your teaching certificates, professional training certificates, and so on. Now let's talk about the most important part, the employment. The contract is valid for 1 year, renewable, and the contract begins on the 1st of September. So like I told you, it is an update, and you need, if you're serious about this, then this is the time for you to take major decisions. By the 1st of September, you are supposed to begin your work. And I received this email from the Ministry of Preschool and Education and School Education, and they informed me that they are still recruiting. They need over 50 teachers. So it's still open, and you can place your application right now. So the contract begins in September, 1st September, and should end by May, I think. Yeah, May 2026. And it is renewable. Salary. I bet you salaries here are very lucrative. The salary here is very lucrative, and I was restricted from talking about the salary, but you should know that instead of rushing to other places like Taiwan, where they will pay the same, almost the same, and the living standards are high, I think this is a very beautiful opportunity. Support and bonuses. Talking about bonuses, they provide a round airfare ticket for every teacher that is recruited, up to $1,200. But take note, this money is not given to you upfront. They expect you to pay your ticket, and once you arrive and work for 1 month, the airfare ticket is paid alongside your first salary. Next is accommodation. They provide furnished, comfortable accommodation in detached houses. Wow, this is interesting. For visa support, they provide full visa support and working permit for teachers. Healthcare is provided. Standard local healthcare, medical insurance is provided. So think about this. Housing is provided. Healthcare is provided, airfare is provided, and you're paid. So what more do you want? Let's look at the contract requirements. What are the requirements for the contract? First, the number of teaching hours. You're expected to teach 20 hours at a minimum every week. That is from 8 a.m. to 5:30. And you'll be teaching students about 15 to 18 students per class. So like I told you, these are prestigious institutions, and of course, you'll be having access to the finest minds. So they expect you to put in your best. And a teaching period in these schools are 45 minutes. 45. So again, you have to teach up to 20 teaching lessons. Of course, you have the other period, the other hours of the day to spend for office hours and maybe supporting with administrative duties. No lesson plan, no lesson presentation is required. Why? Because the curriculum has already been prepared. There's a Cambridge curriculum that has been prepared for Uzbek students or for the Uzbek English program. It's such a program that they will be following. And you only need to show up prepared and use the materials that are available for you to teach, and bingo. You have a co-teacher, just like in most other countries, you have a co-teacher to assist you in class. But mind you, the co-teachers in Uzbekistan are not to be treated like subordinates. They do not accept the kind of treatment that other co-teachers in other countries receive. They are equals with the teacher. But their responsibility is to maintain order. They have other activities that they carry out within the teaching learning process. So take note of that. So these are the contract requirements. You are expected to fulfill the contract to the end. And then the contract ends in July, and renewals take place in July and August. If you are not renewed, then you need to find a job in another country, in another school, or in another country. So just like I told you, Uzbekistan has 14 presidential schools. All these schools need teachers. There are other opportunities in Uzbekistan. There are private international schools in Uzbekistan seeking both science teachers, ESL teachers, and so on. There are also other public schools in Uzbekistan. So if the presidential schools don't work for you, there are other opportunities. If you have any questions with respect to that, please leave a comment in the comment section and we will gladly respond to you. Thank you for joining us on this platform. This is a place to come for your online gigs, to come for your teaching opportunities around the world, and for your scholarship opportunities and admissions abroad. So keep the faith, check in with us, and sign your name. Ciao.